In this video, I want to talk about the absolutely essential practice of self-forgiveness. While it's important to forgive everybody who bothers us in this life, if we do not forgive ourselves, it becomes impossible to move forward spiritually and emotionally. And we become stuck in a box of self-blame and self-hate. When we get stuck in a box of self-blame and self-hate, it is impossible to love ourselves. And if we don't love ourselves, it will be incredibly difficult, if not totally impossible, to do actions that will properly care for ourselves. Self-care becomes an impossibility. Caring for others becomes incredibly difficult, because if we do not believe that we are worthy, number one, how can others believe we are worthy? And number two, in what possible way would we have a healthy relationship with others? It's really important to realize that until we learn to forgive ourselves and make it a practice where we continue to forgive ourselves, it will be impossible for us to move forward spiritually. When I was a child, my parents split up and my mother died of cancer. And in the infantile state of mind that is being a child, I found it impossible to not blame myself for these things. And even though I didn't really consciously understand this until many years later, that also developed a block in me in learning how to love myself. I don't believe my parents really genuinely loved themselves, which was their own issue they were going through when I was growing up. And it was this lack of feeling okay with who they were totally as themselves that caused a lot of their own problems, I believe, in their own life. Both personally and in relationship to other people. Earlier this year, when I wrote down and listed all of the things that I blamed myself for and that I forgave myself for, it was a transformational experience in a depression that had lasted me close to 35 years. It wasn't the only thing I needed to change, but it was the most important. And it was so transformational that I feel obligated for the good of everybody else to share this. And it's not a one and done process. I will continue to make mistakes, and I will continue to need to forgive myself for those mistakes. Because as long as I never forgive myself, I will never be able to love myself. I will never be able to practice self-care. I will never be able to move forward as a spiritual being. It's not an easy thing to do. In fact, it's one of the hardest things we have to do in our lifetime. But it's absolutely essential. Being forgiving to oneself means you're not holding on anymore to those traumas. You're allowing those traumas to let go, to be gone, to live in the past. And when we're not living in the past, depression can leave us. When we're not living in the future, anxiety can leave us. These are not easy steps, and yet I hope it's one you will take. And I hope you will continue to forgive yourself. I hope you will continue to care for yourself. I hope you will believe you are worthy of love and worthy of loving yourself. When you can do that, then others will see that you are worthy of love and treat you with the kindest love possible. If there's any way that you can find to go through the practice and be more conscious, I would strongly encourage it. Practice mindfulness meditation, and if thoughts arise, make a note of that. Do they relate to how you feel about yourself? Things you feel like you're responsible for that you have not resolved? Things you feel like you should have done, you needed to have done, but you are not able to do. Because if there's ever anything you're holding on to that tightly, it's going to cause you problems, whether they're emotional problems, or health problems, or relationship problems. And I, for one, think that you deserve better. I think that you deserve to be able to move forward. You deserve to be able to be happy in the present moment. You deserve to be able to love yourself. You deserve to have other people's love you. You deserve to be filled with unconditional love for all people and all beings. If you allow yourself to forgive yourself, it becomes so much easier to do those things. Do you think you can? I do. I think you can. I would like you to put it into practice. If you feel so inclined, no pressure. But hey, what have you got to lose? Your depression? Your anger? Your fear? It's really not a complicated process. It's very simple, in fact. And yet that doesn't make it any easier. So it's also important to forgive yourself when you are not successful. And keep forgiving yourself. We have to keep on doing it because we will always make errors, because we remain human in this life. And humans are imperfect. And so are the souls that inhabit their bodies. I hope you are gentle with yourself. I hope you are kind with yourself. I hope you are loving of yourself unconditionally. May you be well. May you be blessed. May you be truly at peace. May you love yourself. May all beings have unconditional love for all beings. May all beings care for all beings. May all beings be compassionate and kind with all beings. May all beings be at peace. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be truly enlightened. If you at all found this helpful, share it with somebody you care about. If you hit the thumbs up button, it's more likely somebody else will find it on YouTube. And if you hit the subscribe button, it will also help both other people find this video on YouTube and for my channel to grow. Please let me know in the comments if there's any tips or tricks you might like to know on how to forgive yourself. I do recommend writing everything out so you can look at it and analyze it with a different part of your mind. Be blessed. Be well. I'm Valentine. I'll see you in another video.